Good afternoon, all of you Skytear lovers. Welcome to another edition of Skytear Top 8 Action. With me is Tim. My name is Ian, and we are here to have some fun.
Hey everybody, let's play some Skytear. Well, let's watch some Skytear, I should say.
And when you're done, you should play some Skytear when this is all over
Al-
with.
Always, you should
Always
always
be
play some
playing
Skytear.
Skytear. All
If you're
right.
not playing Skytear, are you actually living?
I don't think so. I mean, what else are you going to do during the quarantine?
Paint miniatures?
Yeah, paint minis. Paint your Skytear minis and then play. All right. So, Tim, if you want to talk to us a little bit about these starting lineups, and I'm going to tell the guys that they're
Yeah,
ready to get rolling.
sounds good. All right, this is the top 8, like we said, for the Summer League, and we have Michael versus WIWWT, or Eric, if you will. Eric is a friend of ours. We've known him for a long time. We got the flip done before we started this stream. Michael won, and he opted to go second. And then Eric decided to use his outsider, the Lord of Ancestors. We're going to see a lot of blue and yellow today, everybody. Eric is playing 3 blue heroes, 1 yellow, while Michael is playing 3 yellow and 1 blue. They're both running Ekrit. They're both running Estrida. Then things get a little different from there. Eric is playing the ever-present Frail, who is arguably the best hero in the game. And Brovar, who is one of the most annoying heroes in the game, if nothing else.
I
And
would
then,
also maybe add he's also one of the best heroes in the game.
It's arguable.
Yeah.
And then Michael has Habarat and Setharu to deal some hard damage, because over here on our objectives we have the new Hunting for Power, where they're going to be trying to kill the outsider. We have Onslaught, which is killing 3 enemy heroes, and then Tactician, which is winning 6 different control points, or 6 control points 6 times. You get it.
So before the game, Tim, I threw out the question like over under 3. How many heroes are going to be killed this game? You think it's going to be over or under 3 heroes killed?
I think it's over.
You think it's over? So I know Eric's list is definitely looking to push. He's going to be trying to win probably by Tactician, possibly a Nexus kill. But, Michael does have a couple of big heavy hitters. So, he might be looking for an Onslaught victory. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a very plausible situation here. All right, we have Eric going first, activating Frail, worshipping Estrida, moving and leading from deck. This is a very, very common opening for Eric. He loves to get that free worship on Estrida so she can worship herself in preparation for the next round. He loves leading from deck because he likes the cards in his hand.
All right, and for those of you new to some of the Skytear streams, Tapeworm has been doing a lot of work getting this overlay updated. And so you can see, even on both sides, you can see all of the heroes, the number of mana that they have available, as well as when they are worshipped, the tokens that are there. He's done a lot of hard work to make this as good for streams as possible. So I'm going to be doing a little less camera movement. We're going to just see how things work out. You even see here that a 0 modifier was flipped on an attack. So kudos to Tapeworm for really elevating these streams.
Yeah, Tape is a treasure for the community, if you will.
So it looked like Setharu, he moved forward, attacked a minion. And thinking about that third action.
He's leading, he is leading, but from deck.
Leading from top of deck. And as you can see, both heroes on the sidebar have been grayed out a little bit, so you can tell that they have already been activated and used. So it's going to help make this a lot better. All right.
We have Ekrit.
I think we're going to see the classic Ekrit move into the dome, worship, and blow up a side of minions. There it is.
I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. Flipping that +1.
It's interesting. Watching Eric's game, his top 16 game yesterday, he did not do this action with Ekrit, and he actually left Ekrit on the side in a lane. He was worried about Setharu coming into the dome and blowing her up. So Michael, having moved Setharu first, kind of opened up the door for Eric to move in with his Ekrit and feel comfortable.
Yeah, those mages can really melt through that armor real quick.
All right, so it looks like Michael is activating with Estrida. She's going to move. You expect to see a little worship attack here? Yep, there it is.
if you're not doing that round one, what are you doing playing Estrida?
So we've got the worship. Now we're attacking a minion. Ooh, flipping the +3 Sethuru ult. Not what you want to see flipped on a minion kill.
Not at all. Losing the 2 HP to spawn another minion here. I imagine we'll see a very similar series of events on the others with Eric's Estrida here.
But the difference is Frey was able to go ahead and worship a stride on Eric's side, so he's going to have one extra action to probably worship himself back up.
I would say he would either worship himself or lead.
Oh, that's true, because Eric's probably going to move over to lane 1. He likes to do this cross move. There it is. Yep. Yep. Moves, attacks. Looks like he's hitting the one on the control point. Flips the -1. And now we are back to even on lane 1. And Eric does
Here comes
lead.
that lead. Probably from deck.
Yep, leading from deck. All right. So Michael's now got Ekrit or Habarat to figure out what he wants to do with. You know, he's left his Ekrit in the dome, a little open to maybe Habarat coming in and doing some beats. Sure enough, Habarat is activating.
Worshipping.
So for those that are unaware, Habarat has a +1 attack while attacking an enemy illusion that's adjacent to his illusion. And he also has that projected heroes damage a minion with an attack action. You may move them 1 hex. So he's just going to throw that in the dome, move over to lane 1 and lead.
Leading from hand, which is noteworthy. It's likely a 3 at this point.
Now, do you expect Michael to bring his Ekrit into the dome and wipe out lane 1 minions of Eric's?
I would be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah. So now Brilvar's got some options for Eric. I know Eric really is not a fan of going first, and I'm sure that when Michael chose to go second, Eric immediately kind of had to rethink things. So this is not where Eric loves to be.
I'm interested to see when Eric actually will use the flex, because I know that he does not have a lot of practice using that flex.
So his deck is loaded up with 3-cost things, so I would expect to see it next round.
He also has a lot of really good 2-costs, though.
That's
so
true. That's true.
Good turn 1 Bewitch or Call the Pack, maybe. Who knows?
So Brilvar's going to move into the dome. He's going to worship.
And then
lead. And this is going to be, usually leads from hand when he comes into the dome.
Yep. Flipping that card.
Yep, there it is.
He wants that dome.
So it is worth noting that this is the outsider that Eric brought. So he knows the power of it. And if you've listened to Eric talk about this before, he usually chooses this outsider because for the most part, it's not going to help his opponents that much if he doesn't win the dome. So he likes to bring it just because he thinks that it helps him more than it hurts him. So.
Interesting.
Okay, so Ekrit is moving in, placing that illusion just out. And then are we going to see an attack to kill that last minion? Sure enough.
That's interesting to me. Because he's not going to get a lead.
Nope. Okay. Very nice little play. So using Habarat's illusion after killing a minion, he's able to move 1 hex.
Hmm.
Are they rethinking it, or are we? No, okay. There we go.
Interesting.
Okay, and now Eric is using the flux to play a slide.
Slide.
So gonna probably push Eckert right back into the dome. Oh, nope. Are we rethinking it?
Oh, Accurate can't be moved because of her illusion.
Ah, yeah. Well done. Well, Eckert is not projected. She can't see her illusion, right? Where
Oh
she's
yeah,
at?
yeah. I was looking at no, that's Eric's illusion.
Ah, okay.
She's
Yep.
standing on top
She
of
is
her
standing
own.
on it. There it is. Well, that's a fantastic play by Michael. All right, so Michael leads with a 3, wins lane 1 as,
By one.
yep. So that's going to be 1 tactician point for Michael. So there's a good chance that Michael wins 2 tactician points here. But Eric is going to win the dome, and he's going to be able to rebalance one of these lanes. And I wouldn't be surprised if he even uses the ability to move a control point. They didn't like your color choice of token, Tim.
That's fine.
All right, so
Ooh, led with a one
led
from
with the
Setharu.
1. So it's going to be Eric winning on lane 2 because he led with a 3. So it's going to be 4-3. So that's going to go up 1. Very interesting.
That's
So do you
not what
expect?
Michael wanted to see.
No, definitely not. So what do you expect Eric to do with the dome? Do you expect him to go to lane 1 and push that token back, or continue to put pressure on lane 2?
Um, I think that Eric's way to victory here ultimately is tactician.
Yep.
So just by preventing the loss is probably what he wants to do. So I would probably push that token back to
Yeah,
parity.
I think so too. That's super
Clean up a
key.
minion.
Yeah, you know you're not gonna lose any towers next round. Really, and preventing any sort of card draw next round, I think is going to be very impactful. So it's looking like that's what Eric is lining up, looking over there at lane 1. So the Lord of Ancestors has to be adjacent to a friendly minion, and he has the ability to spawn a friendly minion, move a control token, and essentially move a minion from one side of the battlefield to the other. So it looks like Eric's going to attack a minion first. He's going
It's
to
reasonable.
spawn a minion. Not sure what's going on here. Oh,
He's
yeah, moving a control token. Yep. And so he's moved the control token, and there's the spawn. So I like what Eric did there by moving the control token first, so it allows him to place this minion a little farther away from the rest of the crowd.
Definitely very interesting. All right, so that was a pretty even round 1, I would say, overall.
So Eric
is up by 1 on the tactician.
All right, so we now have a outsider on the board. Are we going to see anybody go hunting for power?
I mean, Habarat's right there, and he hits pretty hard.
All right, I am going to go ahead and place this guy on the 19 hit point because he is ready to be beaten. And the simple fact that you can make an attack here and just to draw a card can be very worth it.
Oh, definitely. I think that's its one saving grace as a pure control deck is that you get some card draw out of it.
So Eric is going to have to discard. He has 7 cards in hand. Michael's got his full 6. So I think Eric's going to need to discard 1. We might need to let him know in the chat real quick that he needs to discard a card.
It looks like he's thinking about it.
All right, he did. All right. So, Tim, you said over 3 heroes killed. I think this is where we're going to see if that's going to happen or not.
Yeah, for sure. Fireworks are going to start this turn if they're going to start at all.
All right. So, Tim, how have you been?
I've been good. Just living life, quarantine life, staying safe, painting some miniatures, playing some Skytear.
So, did I see that the rules reference that you guys have been working on kind of show up in the Discord a little bit?
Yeah, we finally posted that comprehensive rules document, which has been nice. Not as many questions as I expected, which potentially means that we did better than I thought.
I think you guys did a great job. All right, so
Oh,
Brobar moving
Skytear
in.
Drain.
Skytear Drain. One of the new cards. Target heroes player has to discard 2. I think this is going to be one of the go-to cards in most control decks. It's so powerful.
It's very obnoxious as the person having to discard the cards for sure.
Let me go ahead and show the viewers, in case you're not familiar. Target enemy hero's owner discards 2 power cards from their hand. Cost 2 mana. So what did we see?
Charm and
Discard
quick shot.
a charm and a quick shot.
Interesting. Discarding a charm while Brovar is taunting.
Is he going ahead and saying, I've got another one in hand? Because I agree that seems a little suspect.
Either that or he's got like 4 ultimates or something that he really wants to play next round.
Yeah. So when that happens, that says, like, maybe I do want to make an attack against that outsider just to draw some cards.
For sure.
But, Estrida is not going to be attacking the outsider.
Well, potentially Estrida is going to be attacking Brovar.
Oh, well, that's true. He did taunt up.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see an exhaustion out of Michael here. That card is really good against Brovar.
All right, so Michael is activating Ekrit. Flipping a +1, attacking a minion.
Presence is out of here.
Thinking about what we're going to do next. Leading from
the deck.
And you got to think he likes where his illusion's at. He's got to be thinking, Eric's got the flux. He can play his 3-cost things. I didn't get a chance to look at Michael's deck list before we played, but is he playing Refract at all? Is that in his desk?
Michael is playing...
Oh, he is playing a Bewitch. Going to defeat a target minion and spawn 1.
Michael is not playing Refract.
It still has a 3rd action.
Gonna move into that dome.
It's definitely an option. But the placement of that minion is going to give Eric's Ekrit a way to take out a few. So he's going to skirmish and just pop in, hit Ekrit for nothing, flips the -1, and just wants to stay right where she's at.
Bewitch is such a good card.
Yeah, for 2 mana to basically give you a 2 minion swing, big. It's a big power play. All right, so now we've got back to Eric. Yeah, it looks like there might be a little going on with, it says on the thing that it was Astrida who played. She has no mana left, but it was actually Ekrit, but that's okay.
Well, they're putting it under Astrida for some reason. There we go. I think they're probably just talking about something that we can't hear.
Well, I think if you look at the HUD, it's showing that Astrida has 0 mana left and Ekrit has 2, when actually it should be Ekrit has 0 mana left. So I don't know if you have your HUD on or not, but that's okay.
Yeah, I do.
We can figure it out. We're smart people. So what are we thinking Eric's going to try to do here? Yep, he's going to activate Frey. Probably wants to swing the balance a little bit back on lane 2. I know Eric's goal, anytime he sees Tactician, is his goal is to win 2 points every round. So he starts out by attacking a minion.
Flipping that +0.
We're going to skirmish.
Skirmishing, hitting Setharu.
For nothing. We're going to see a Bewitch.
Most assuredly.
Oh.
Yep, Bewitch.
There it is. Right back at you. Nothing in response from Michael.
And then maybe a lead.
And there it is. A lead from the top of deck. So just like that, we're back to 1 minion each on lane 2.
And then if Ekrit really wants to, she'll be able to contest the dome and clear that minion up.
Mm-hmm.
Setharu playing shove.
Push target hero
Astrida.
1 hex.
Astrida's doing it to push Brovar.
Yep. Yep. I know that it's popping up Sansa through. It's definitely Astrida. She doesn't want to be forced to attack Brilvar. There we go. We got it working again. There it is. Very powerful card. This frees her up to be able to do her shenanigans of attacking and spawning a minion.
It's also going to free up Habarat.
All right, so Astrida is going to go ahead and activate. And we see the worship. Attacking. Flipping the -1. So spawning over there. So you could have spawned that minion closer to Astrida and did a little blocking a little bit.
I don't know that he's worried about blocking Astrida right now. I think he just wants to make it uncomfortable for Estrida to actually hit a minion, that minion.
Yep. And then a lead from deck as the final action. All right, so now action shifts back to Eric. He has Ekrit and Estrida left to activate. I love the choice here of Michael to leave his heavy hitters back as his last two activations. Let Eric go ahead and get in position, spin some mana, and then if he chooses to start the beats, he's going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Yep, move in. Gonna clear up those minions and do some damage to Sethuru.
Ooh, flipping the -1, so that's just going to be 1 damage. And Ekrit's ability does allow any heroes to be hit to push. So Sethuru's going to move. And then last action, we're going to see a lead from the top of the deck. So Eric is blind leading in all 3 lanes.
Welcome to the life of Eric.
Isn't it just nice to know that you have just 2s and 3s in your deck?
It's not a bad feeling, that's for sure.
All right, Michael's going to open up here with Sethuru. So Sethuru hasn't worshipped yet, so his illusion isn't out, so he's not going to get any buffs. But he's just going to attack a minion. So Tim, you still feel good about over 3 heroes killed?
Not anymore. That was the turning point right there, I think,
Yeah.
if it was going to be a...
All right, so first action was an attack, kill a minion. Probably going to see a lead at some point. If he has a 3 in hand, it might be worth playing a 3 from hand, guaranteeing over there that lane. We're going to see a skirmish, hitting for the -1, doing nothing. Oh, the chat is making a good point. Sethuru should not have been able to be moved because he sees Ekrit's illusion. So that is actually a good point.
Mhm.
That was a miss there by our players. I don't know if it would have if it actually mattered that much.
I don't either.
Yeah. Sethuru is going to be in whatever spot he really wanted to be in. And then just a lead from deck. So that blind lead on lane 2 didn't work out well for him last time. Maybe it'll be a little bit better this time. Yeah, Giacomo and Diego, we see you, and you're right that was definitely a play that he should not have been moved, but I don't know if it actually mattered at all. I mean, Sethuru is in the hex that I think he probably wanted to be in. I don't know if it's worth a rewind at this point. All right, so we got Eric activating Estrida. Here comes the Flux. Playing a Wind Blast. See, Tim, I told you it'd be turn 2 that we'd see the Flux.
You're not wrong. He tried to do it turn 1, but he failed.
All right, so it looks like we're going to probably see 3 minions wiped out here unless... Yep, there it is. No response from Michael.
How many lanes do you think Windblast has saved?
Oh, man. Thousands?
All of them.
Every time it gets played, probably saves the lane.
Talk about turning this lane around.
Yep.
So attack, find the minion.
Yeah, I'm with you, Stefano. Why is nobody trying to kill this outsider? Come on, guys. We got the fun new toy. Nobody wants to play with it.
I think it's perfectly reasonable too for them to kill it, or at least Michael, if they tried at all. All right, so we're probably gonna see a lead from Estrida here. You think?
Oh, I think so. I think Eric now wants to guarantee, that he starts pressuring a tower. That's how Eric really thrives on his card draw. I've joked around playing with Eric. He always seems to have cards in his hand, and I never get it because he doesn't kill heroes. But really, he's taken out towers turn after turn, which is really his card draw mechanic.
Skirmishing in the dome and worshiping.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty confident that he's got a good lead here on lane 1.
I just feel like he would maybe lead instead of worship there if he's gonna try to guarantee the dome, leading from deck.
All right, so we have Habarat left to activate. Thinking about his life. So he actually has activated with his Strida already this turn, correct? I'm not wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played the witch and led.
All right, so we're seeing.
Wait.
Oh, I'm confused. What's that? He hadn't used Habarat yet, right?
Yeah, Eric's out of activations.
We saw. So here we go. We missed that Habarat played Mindfulness, so he's spending all 3 of his activation points to ready Astrida. So this is another new card, guys. This is the power of Mindfulness to be able to go a whole nother round with Astrida, who's gonna double blind lead to make sure that get some points there. So great move, great play. Because really, what are you going to do with Habarat that turn?
Confused there for a minute.
Yeah, what are you going to do with Habarat? There's really not much he's going to do, and the power of a Strida there much more impactful.
You're going to kill an outsider is what you're going to do.
That's what you could have done. Draw some cards. He's down to 1.
So that's the end of the round, I think.
All right, so Astrida led with a 2. Oh, we're seeing a Time Warp be played. Okay. So Eric is playing a Time Warp to move Ekrit out of the dome and contest lane 2. Do we have any other reactions before we go to control? All right, lane 1, we have a 2.
So 5 to Eric's 4, 6.
Yep, so Eric's going to win another tactician point. Winning by 2.
Winning by 1, right?
Oh, yeah, you're correct. Winning by 1, 5 to 6. That's how math works.
Who would have thought? All right.
Just respawning some minions. And then it's just going to see who led better on lane 2. It's very crowded lane 1. Not a whole lot of room for everybody. So Eric's now up 3 to 1 on Tactician.
Got a 3.
And just 2s.
2 twos.
So Eric's going to win lane 2 by another 1. So that's going to be 1 point of tower damage as well.
Should be.
Let's make sure they catch it.
I'm gonna ping the tower.
Yep. Yep, I just let him know in the chat as well. Yep, there it is. They got it. So going into round 3, Eric is 1 tactician point away. At this point, does Michael now have to change strategy and maybe go after the outsider?
I think that's his biggest out here, right?
Yeah, because it's going to be a huge uphill battle to think you're going to win all 3 lanes. It's possible, as Eric has just shown, that it can be done. But if you're playing to your outs, I think, can I do 19 points of damage? And Eric, I think, realizes it and says, I'm going to move this outsider to the other side of the board, away from WIWWT. So Eric's going to attack a minion. He's going to spawn a minion. And he's going to move the token back. Yep, or he's considering it. At this point, this is where I would just say, just put it wherever you want, guys. So he's not going to move a token. Instead, he's going to move a minion over. All right, so we are now cleaning up, going into round 3. So chat, what do you think? Does Michael need to go for an outsider kill? Is that his only out?
It's not his only out, obviously, but it is the most likely, in my opinion.
And WIWWT is a little blocked in by minions. So it's going to... No, I guess you can move through minions. What am I thinking? You can just move right through. But he's got some work. If the WIWWT wants to get over to the outsider, it's going to be a little bit of work. I don't know if Michael plays any fast cards in his deck or not. But Brilvar is going to just move and probably go taunt WIWWT.
Playing Skytear Drain again.
Skytear Drain, so powerful. Targeting WIWWT. So Michael is going to, if this goes through, he's going to be down to 1 card in hand. Not what you want when you have to make some big plays in round 3. He almost may be forced to start hitting the outsider just to get some card draw. So we're seeing a Dragon Punch discarded.
They could turn a lane.
And thinking about that last card. And an Ekrit ult.
An Ekrit ult. Ugh. So those both hurt. What did he keep?
Oh, man. It's got to be another ult of some sort. All right, so Brilvar is going to attack a minion.
And he's going to move right there and taunt both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Have I mentioned that Brilvar's annoying?
I think you did. That might have been one of the first things you said. And, you know, Brilvar in the hands of a player like Eric who knows how to get max value That's why I think Brilvar may be one of the most powerful characters in the game.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Do you have a favorite hero, Ian?
Sithuru is definitely my favorite. I love the idea of playing the power card to just do the direct damage and being able to pump those with piercing. He's always just been my favorite from the beginning.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
I need to get my hands on the lore book though. I don't have that. I'd love to read the lore of these characters.
Yeah, I haven't read them either. They look cool.
So
Every
everybody
time
out
Zach
here,
talks about them, I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
I should read this
yep.
book.
So everybody out there, go out to the Skytear website, order the lore books. I know they spent a lot of hard work building a great universe for us to play in. So least we can do is go and read up on it.
For sure. And I imagine that if they sell well, they will make more. So who would have thought?
Who would have thought? All right, so there's Brilvar moving in, uh, and I'm assumed he's taunted up.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Who would have thought?
Okay, so Michael, over to Michael. He's in the think tank. He's got to be thinking, what can I do to at least get this to go one more round, or if not, win this round?
Yeah, if you can somehow not lose this round and then get a good chunk of damage into the outsider, I think that's fine too. Oh, apparently Michael is conceding.
Not even gonna, doesn't even want to try and kill the outsider, huh?
I'm assuming he can't do it without Astrida and Habrat.
Yeah, and maybe, he is running charm though. I mean, he could go do some attacks with the other heroes and maybe get some card draw.
Yeah. All right. So you want to head over there and talk to them a little bit?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hello. Hey.
So I understand we got a concession.
Yep.
All right, fair enough.
I didn't see me pulling it back out from where it was.
No, totally understandable. So, Michael, tell me, when did the game turn? What happened? What was the turning point in this game to you?
So, really early during the minion phase, round 1, I was not expecting to lose this lane.
That's when you led with the 1 from the top of deck, correct?
Yeah, that was the biggest mistake I think that I made here. At least that just started me on the back foot. And what's funny is I had the Dragon Punch in hand. I was thinking it was going to be more useful in the later turns of the game. What I was not expecting was double Skytear Drain from Eric. That's backbreaking.
In control matchups, I mean, I think the card is insane anyway. Might be, maybe not up there with presence, but I think it's going to be one of the best 2 drops out there. And yeah, against control matchups, I think it's particularly brutal.
You're not wrong. The control compositions need to be able to control lanes in order to draw extra cards, and I was not doing that. And then the Skytear Drain on top of it just was not doing it for me. I suppose I could have started attacking the outsider.
I was about to ask if you would consider pivoting to that strategy to try to win that way.
I don't have the majority of this deck is -1s, so I don't have the
Chutzpah.
flips to kind of maintain that kind of a strategy to uphold it. So I considered attacking the outsider to draw cards, but I didn't see me coming back from where I am right now. I certainly wasn't expecting double Skytear. That was off. Oof. See, what I was expecting was a Strida ult. Did you have a Strida ult in hand?
I do have a Stride ult in hand, but I thought walking down 2 of your guys was probably better than that. I was a little bit proud of my play there, just to I was like, oh man, Brillar's going to be wasted. And I'm like, oh no, if I put the guy over here and yank my minion from the other side, I can kill that guy and get back to where I can taunt you. So I was happy with that. But yeah, I actually don't know what my straight alt's going to do this turn because I feel like these two guys are pretty well locked down. So am I going to run over and try and a straight alt Sethuru or Ekrit? I might do that here in a second. But yeah, things were looking up on multiple fronts for me.
In your situation, especially since you saw Eye of the Storm, I definitely would have gone after Ekrit, because Ekrit's going to be the only one that can run into the dome and push Brovar off of these two characters.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
And that is something that I considered, and I still thought I was going to lose.
Do you have any more charms in your deck left? So my thought was maybe you go ahead and spin an attack to see if you draw into charm and at least free up Astrida and Haparot. I know you pitched one early in the game to a Skytear Drain. Didn't know if you had it.
It does look like I have at least one. So if I had gone that route, I would not have drawn it.
Gotcha. So you would have had to rely on Ekrit doing a push.
Yeah. No.
But I mean, even then, even if it frees him up, he's going to lose one of these three lanes.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, going for the kill, like he said, his deck is just not built for that, I think.
It really isn't. This deck is built for keeping lanes on lock, and that was something that I just failed to do.
So Eric, going into this game, seeing the objectives, what was your thought process in how am I going to win 6 tactician points? Because I'm thinking that's got to be your mindset. That's your win condition, right?
Yeah, it's either tactician or if something weird happens, maybe I can push for Nexus, but that's really hard to get Nexus before tactician points. So yes, and I hate going first if tactician's my goal. But the cards, the time warp, and the slide, which that Ekrit illusion stopped that slide round 1, but that was what I was going to use to try and pretend to have the last activation every round.
Yep.
And so that's.
And I don't even think it mattered, did it?
Well, because you flipped a 1, right?
Yeah.
But if you hadn't flipped a 1, then I think pushing Ekrit in, if I was allowed to, then I still win the dome and I win that side easy, right? So
yeah.
So that would have been the way to do that. So I don't know. And then the fact that it let me save the flux for the wind blast the next round, that's what I mean. Otherwise, I'm pushing this lane, you're pushing this lane, and then we have the middle and stuff like that. Again, I mean, getting all 3 the second round was just a confluence of my perfect hand. Basically, I used every single mana on all my guys second round, and to get maximum value. So I mean, my cards just lined up perfectly. I actually, going into round 2, had 7 cards, and I was thinking about throwing away my Skytear Drain because my hand was so good. So.
No, yeah, you totally should have gotten rid of your Skytear Drain.
Yeah,
Don't you know that's basically a dead card? Worse than Shardstorm.
Yeah, going into round 3 and only having 1 card in hand, Michael, that's backbreaking.
Yeah, it definitely. I saw how empty my hand was at the end of round 2, and I was like, there's probably not going to be any way I pull this one back with both my lanes pushed up, and priority not on the dome. I definitely wasn't going to I had a slim chance, I felt like, going into round 3 being able to pull this one back. But yeah, 1 card in hand at the end of round 2, it felt awful, and then the Skytear Drain just made it feel that much worse.
Makes a lot of sense to me. It seemed like a very fun game. I want to thank you guys for playing today. Congrats again, Eric. We appreciate you guys being able to play today, letting us watch and commentate. Everybody watching at home, play Skytear. Join the next league. It's a ton of fun. The community is great. We love having new people or people that are hesitant about joining a league. Yeah, and just keep tuning in, keep watching, and like I said, keep playing Skytear.
Yep. Thanks again, everybody. Keep your eyes out. There will be more live streams to come as we continue following not just the Americas top games for the cut, but also the European top cuts. They're in the semifinals and finals, so those will be happening in the coming weeks. So keep your eyes peeled. A lot of SkyTear to come. So with that, thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. All right, we're done.